All right, our next category is media, awarded to an individual who has achieved prominence in the creation of surf content. East Coast Surfing Hall of Fame is proud to induct North Carolina's Matt Pruett. Please play the videotape.
Meet Matt Pruett, writer, surfer, right coast lifer. He walked into Eastern Surf magazine as an intern and into the heart of East Coast surf history. Surrounded by legends Tom Dugan, Dick Meserole, and Matt Walker, Pruett proved himself fast. The kid could write. The kid could really write. Soon his words filled the pages, and Pruett became the voice of the right coast. When Walker left, Pruett took the helm, and the magazine became a part of him. Every issue carried his stamp. Every story carried his soul. Then came the digital wave. Surfline called, and Pruett answered. From the Outer Banks to breaks around the globe, he brought our coast to the world and pushed the West Coast giant to keep the East in the frame. Author, archivist, surfer. A storyteller who carved the East Coast into the history books. Matt Pruett is an East Coast surfing legend, the voice that keeps the right coast at the forefront of the conversation. Congratulations to Matt Pruett, 2026 East Coast Surfing Hall of Fame inductee.
I can't say much more except Matt Pruett is all East Coast all the time. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Pruett.
Yes. It's pretty trippy me being up here because, to be honest, I've always felt like kind of an imposter to the surf thing. I was never a ripper. I didn't come from a surfing family or even grow up at the beach. I'm from Bayside and didn't get serious about surfing until I was 18 when my mom and stepdad dumped me off on the Outer Banks with a bike, a surfboard, and $100 in my pocket. The bike got stolen within a week and the money was spent in 2, but I still had the board, and that was enough to connect with the beach's best surfers. Guys like Billy Hume, Jesse Hines, Noah Snyder, all these guys, they were doing cutting edge stuff, and it was so inspiring. And with friends like that, I was never okay with sucking. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm going to figure this shit out. And I spent the rest of my life trying to do just that. What I lacked in talent, I guess I made up for in persistence. And I did have this one thing that gave me an edge, a way with words. And because I had so many good people looking out for me, I was able to turn that one edge into a dream job publishers were willing to pay me for 27 years. I would have liked it to last a little longer than it did. But to bookend it with this award, I mean, look at these guys, man. It's the affirmation of all affirmations that I'm no imposter. So thank you for the East Coast Surfing Hall of Fame. Anyone who nominated me or vouched for me. All right, now the rest of this is thank yous, man. Above all, thank you to my beautiful, loving wife, Lauren, for supporting me through every transition and flat bottom, every peak and valley, every storm and doldrum over the past 10 years. Also, my oldest and closest friends, Ben Pratt and Matt Coder, for coming out here tonight for this thing. Donald Cresatello, Brandon Campbell, Steph Jones. Thanks, guys. My mother, Sally, for encouraging me to follow my passion and instilling in me all the values necessary for being a good man. Dick Meserole, my mother called him the father I should have had, for being the most important male role model in my life, my biggest supporter, my most trusted devil's advocate. Also, Matt Walker, for plucking me right out of college, refining my raw talent into something valuable, and paying me for it right up until today. I mean, I got a deadline when I get home. So it's Tom Dugan, for introducing me to all the perks and accoutrements that come with working in the surf industry. Jesse Fernandez, for name dropping me to the ESM crew way back in the 90s and also shaping me the finest surfboards I've ever ridden. Mickey McCarthy, Daniel Poland, and Matt Lusk for pointing the lens my way and making me look like a much better surfer than I actually am. Nigel Haynes, my main shred buddy over the years, for his constant encouragement. Also Marcus Sanders and Dave Gilovich and Mark Willis from Surfline for recognizing the value of the East Coast and my ability to deliver those stories, thereby extending my career by a decade. And then Milepost Magazine, Surf and Spoon, and Nag's Head Pizza for giving me an off-ramp once the robot overlords rendered us writers obsolete. My stepfather, Ed Arrington, for encouraging me to blow any money I ever made on surf trips. And finally, the Pirates and Team Shitpile. Brian Zingalowicz, Barry Price, Craig Watson, Jeff Myers, Mark Willis, Mike Nelson, Daniel Terry, John Cohen, Lauren Walker, Trish Dugan, Patty Hook, Ryan Gammon, Jimmy Wilson, Timmy D, every surfer from the East Coast and beyond who's ever befriended me. This is the hill I die on. You are the people I write for.